market research is about following specific standards and following the methodology in order to secure the representativeness of the sample, especially when conducting multi-country surveys. There is a lot of complexity involved. How TGM is tackling this challenge?
It's tackling well, what can I say? Our sales team has a feasibility tool, which is combining different demographic data from different sources, from the census, from the World Bank, from few others, and they can create the national representative sample based on age, gender, region, and city size, like just in a matter of seconds. However, when it comes to other variables like income, education, it takes a little bit more time, because here we don't have like golden standards for many countries. We don't have a real data. For example, what is the census income for South Africa, or education spread in Nepal? We don't have this data. So here we base on our experience and on the data which we can collect. Actually, this is a good question, because we found that one of the more time-consuming tasks for our sales team is checking the feasibility and preparing the offer for the clients. We are working now on the new module for our platform, which will tackle those two problems. So I hope that we can say more about this in around 3 months. But that will definitely solve many things, and will help to create the proper sample from the methodological point of view. And this will be also available for our clients and for everyone who would like to use it, maybe for free.
When we talk about finding respondents for conducting online research, we need to also get back to the basics, right? Now we are in 2022. We have almost 5 billion people in the world connected with the internet, whether it's from smartphone or laptop, mostly from smartphones, right? Because if we look at emerging countries and category incidence for smartphone versus laptop, we know that people are connected via smartphone, and they spend a lot of time every day to do some digital activities, 4-5 hours in some countries. All those people are people that we can potentially engage for conducting online research, and they are potential consumers, potentially happy to give their opinions and to share feedback with brands to help them building new services, developing new products. And at TGM, this is really what we are really good at. We are able to connect with those people to first join our online panels, so the existing ones. Today we have panels in more than 85 countries around the world. Some of them are really big, some of them are a little bit less big or more smaller. But obviously, when it comes to methodology, we always aim to have panel as much as representative from the national population, right? Having a well-maintained panel has this basic of representativity. So that's the point number one. But obviously, one of our other core expertise is, as I mentioned before, to have a team of experts here when it comes to lead acquisition and respondent acquisition. So if we want to be representative, we can use our panel, but we can also use all the type of channels to recruit people. Social networks is one of them. If you look at Facebook nowadays, this is probably one of the biggest panel in the world, potentially, right? Looking at the users. And the good thing with such methodology is we are able to not only target on demographics, but also on behavior and interest. So all this to say that having a representative panel is the first stone, I would say, in our industry. But having the capacity and the expertise to look for other channels or other sources of respondents is the key, right? We actually talked about online, But offline in some countries is also one method of getting respondents, because simply we will be able to get those people faster, and knowing how to blend all those different sources of respondent using one platform and one technology, such as the one we have, really allows to find any kind of target audience around the world, right?
Yeah, so this is actually, I would say that we are expert in blending multiple sources of the respondents into one survey stream, to bring diversity, to avoid bias of using just own panel and professional respondents. And this mixing just remind me our project in Sudan, which was very challenging. Sudan is maybe not best developed in the technologically, so we had a lot of challenges to do the survey there online, but we merged the data with the offline deliverables, and the client was very happy with the results. So this is working very well. Yoan mentioned Facebook. Of course, there's many more platforms. We are using TikTok, using Instagram, using Google Ads. All those LinkedIn, yes, all those elements help us to reach to the proper profiles of respondent. Then we send it to our platform, the duplicate, because of course we have to understand that there can be duplicates among those respondents, and send to the survey.
One thing is good is recruiting people to take part to our studies is much easier in our case, thanks to our existing panels, right? When people look at TGM panel online and they want to see how it looks, how it works, if it's a good panel, they will find a lot of references of us in different panel reviews and different review websites, because simply we are ranked today within the top 3 of the best panel in the world, right? If we look at our competitors and if we look at TGM Research, because our incentive scheme to panelists, people stay very long with us in our panels, and having this in mind, it's much easier to convince other respondents not part of our existing panels right now to join us, whether it's for a one single shot study or simply to join our online panels later on. And just to go back to how we mix online and offline, this is another example of how powerful is the way we work with people located in different parts of the world. We have people in Argentina, we have people in Africa, we have people in Asia, and sales or project managers who have both experience of using online panels, but also experience of traditional methods, I would say. So it's not like we are doing only online or only offline. We simply know both approaches, and we are able to see which one is going to be best fit depending on the project and the client, right? So it's another example of agility and using technology, or in that case traditional methods, to see what works the best.
And it also works quite fine in mixing type of project, right? We are doing online quantitative part, and then we recruit respondents for the home test, also online, but the home test obviously has to be offline. So we deliver them the products to their houses with using couriers, collect them, and then collect again the feedback online. So yes, this being open for innovation and being open for modern data collection doesn't mean that we forgot about the traditional elements as well.